Grocery prices have become a huge source of anxiety for many American families these days. We're clearly seeing that the current rate of price increases is reaching far higher levels than the official rate of food inflation suggests. While government officials tell us that we're paying around 15% more on groceries, some staple products have faced spikes of over 100% this year. Farmers, food makers, and retailers have all warned us that a wide range of grocery products are about to get even more expensive this summer. As it turns out, the surge in consumer prices wasn't transitory after all, and a series of events continue to impact our food supply chains throughout the entire year, making the outlook for the next few months even more disturbing than it already is right now. We firmly believe that the best way of preparing to cope with these wild price swings is to get ahead of the hikes before they begin to ripple through the system. That's why today we've listed 20 grocery items that are set to face significant increases in the near future, according to food industry experts. But before moving on, we kindly ask that you support our work with a thumbs up on this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Without further ado, let's check this list. 1. Oatmeal. A report by Quartz exposes that the price of oats is actually rising faster than the price of oil on global markets. No wonder why store-brand oatmeal prices went from $1.99 to $3.99. Strained oat supplies will continue to push prices up in the year ahead, since one of the world's largest oat milk producers, Oakley. 2. Frozen snacks. These handy prepared meals that used to make our lives easier have become way too costly for many families out there, rising between 15% and 21% since 2021, and that's a trend we will continue to see this summer. Believe it or not, since August, the average price of Hot Pockets went from around $2 to $3.50. That's definitely too much for those who are on a tight budget. 3. Grapes. In December 2021, North American organic grapes cost $4 per kilogram, according to the French fruit portal. Who could have imagined that they were going to triple in price by June 2023? That's right, now Americans are having to pay $12 for the same amount of fruit. Food industry experts with the Organic Fruit Network said that poor grape harvest due to extreme weather will make them 20 to 25% more expensive in the next few months. 4. Ramen. Given that the cost of refined flour is going through the roof, this convenient and easy-to-make dish is doubling in price in many supermarkets. Unfortunately, there's no relief in sight for skyrocketing flour prices, and customers are already noticing its impact rippling through the cost of many of their favorite foods. On a Facebook group, shopper Genovia M said the other day, "I went to buy a pack of ramen that used to be 25 cents. Great meal saver on the night before a paycheck hits. Can always find a corner. I hadn't bought any in a while and almost passed out to see that it was now 45 cents. Can I still find 45 cents? Sure, but it just captures the whole problem. Prices didn't jump, they did an Olympic pole vault." 5. Pickles. Did you notice that the price of a jar of pickles is about 20% higher than a year ago? All that is thanks to a shortage of glass jars that's been affecting the industry throughout the whole year. Food makers are also paying more for the production and distribution of this beloved product, and they aren't afraid to continue to pass on this increased cost to customers, which means that we might not have seen peak prices just yet. 6. Apples. Due to a ravaging drought that destroyed several crops in Washington state this summer, now we're being warned that apple prices are set to jump 20% above their 5-year average. According to estimates released by Agro-Intelligence in 2020, consumers could buy a bag of apples for between $3.50 and $4. Now they're almost $7.50. 7. Mayonnaise. Well, if you think that $10 for a regular-sized jar of mayo is already too extreme, you should brace for an even greater shock in the months ahead. According to Bloomberg, the combination of a historic spike in both oil and egg prices, the two main ingredients to this iconic sauce, means that price volatility will stay with us for quite some time. Maybe it's time for us to start trying some homemade mayo recipes to save on cost. 8. Ketchup. Similarly, the price of the popular Heinz tomato ketchup is now up by 53% compared to a year ago in at least 6 different retail stores, including Walmart, Costco, and Kroger. The extensive losses of tomato crops this summer are pushing up the price of other brands as well, and until producers make up for these supply shortfalls, consumers will keep on seeing these exorbitant price swings at supermarkets. 9. Canned pineapples. Due to the cost increase of primary supplies for carton boxes for transport, fertilizers, machinery, and labor shortages at farms, pineapples have seen a huge jump in costs over the past 2 years, going up in price by a staggering 78% since 2020. Adding an aluminium shortage to the mix, the cost of canned pineapples skyrocketed from 79 cents per can to $2.22, marking a 120% surge in 24 months. Countries like Indonesia, Thailand, and the Philippines, which produce 75% of the world's pineapples, have faced a year of record drought, flooding, pests, and lowest supplies, indicating that prices can only go in one direction. 10. Blueberries. According to data compiled by Trench Intelligence, a decreased supply of blueberries in the United States led to an eye-popping 62.85% year-over-year increase in price. "I tried to buy blueberries at Albertsons, $2.25, I put them back," said Renee Jackson, a Florida consumer, in a post published in a Facebook group for Albertsons superfans. 11. Sausages. Hot dog packs have been 99 cents pretty much as long as we can remember, but that's no longer the case. In June 2023, consumers are now in disbelief to see that stores are now pricing it at $4. With manufacturing costs of processing meats at the highest level on record and consumer demand still strong despite the eye-watering crisis, that trend is only likely to intensify over the next quarters. 12. Carbonated beverages. With food makers such as PepsiCo and Coca-Cola announcing price hikes on thousands of different products, some consumers' favorite soft drinks have become unbelievably pricey. A 24-pack of Coca-Cola cans was $8.99, now it's $12.99. A $4 difference within a year is ridiculous, wrote one Twitter user. With a shortage of carbon dioxide still plaguing the industry, don't expect them to be any cheaper this summer. 13. Margarine. Can you believe margarine prices soared by 44% in the past year? That's even higher than the inflation for butter, whose price rose by 28% in that same span. Tighter dairy supplies will continue to make these products less affordable as we enter summer. Considering that the U.S. dairy cattle herd size continues to shrink, we should probably get ready for some serious sticker shock. 14. Granola bars. These delicious snacks have surged in price by 30% since January 2022. With oats and other ingredients facing a significant rising cost, it's safe to say you'll be paying even more soon. Some consumers are just shocked to see how much prices went up already. $8.99 for a box with 6 granola bars? Come on, tiny little granola bars cost more than the federal minimum wage, said shopper Kristen P. in an online post. 15. Pork. The price of pork and pork products, such as pork roast, bacon, and chops, rose dramatically since 2020, 22.5% to be precise, according to numbers reported by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. One major contributor to that jump is the fact that pork and pork products require labor-intensive processing at meat plants, and the meat industry is severely short-staffed, with 1 in 10 workers leaving the industry since 2020, according to a Bloomberg report. The report also highlighted that if meat packers can't find workers fast enough, pork prices will soar even higher in the months ahead. 16. Oils. Grain supplies have suffered greatly this year due to the tragic crisis that is still escalating in Ukraine, and the cost of grain-based oils has experienced a massive increase all around the globe. Compared to 2021, soybean oil, sunflower oil, and palm oil are between 21% and 25% more expensive. The outlook for the coming year isn't looking any better due to a 30% decrease in global grain production. Higher prices aren't going anywhere. 17. Potatoes. Lower supply, high fuel, and increasing labor costs have led the retail price of potatoes to fluctuate between 15% and 18% in 2022, according to the U.S. Farm Bureau. These same factors will continue to add pressure to prices this summer, and consumers are saying that the increases they're now seeing at supermarkets are far greater than the official numbers shown. "I used to buy a 5-pound bag of potatoes for $4.99 at Safeway, now it's $10, one shopper vented on Twitter. "I'm a restaurant owner. A case of baking potatoes was $20 2 months ago. Now it's $1.62 a case," said a shopper named Terry C. in an interview with BuzzFeed. 18. Lettuce. If you're wondering why lettuce prices are so inexplicably high right now, food industry expert Sylvian Charlevoix, who researches food distribution security and safety at Dalhousie University, explains that a shortage of the product, largely caused by abnormally dry weather in California during the growing season, and then followed by a round of virus that killed off a lot of the lettuce crop, are the main culprits of the spike. And we're only going to see supplies stabilizing by 2024. That's in case the weather this year isn't any crazier than it was in 2022. For now, we might have to get used to romaine lettuce costing 61% more at the stores. 19. Frozen pies. New data collected by IRI indicates that frozen pie prices, which are up by 17% compared to a year ago, are about to undergo another 20.4% increase due to squeezed supplies and high demand this holiday season. You can't get flour, we can't get sugar. Orders are going through the roof, prices are skyrocketing. We're having to order way out and order more than we've ever ordered, explained Mike Martin, owner and founder of Mike's Pies, in an interview with the Washington Post. 20. Spices, seasonings, condiments. Due to issues such as weather, water shortages, supply scarcities, infrastructure outages, and import delays, spice and herb production is experiencing unprecedented unpredictability, as revealed by Global Newswire. Those disruptions led this food category to see a 15.4% rise over the past year, but that's a modest increase compared to the prices we're about to see this summer. In a statement, McCormick CEO Lawrence Kurzius said, "The normalization of our supply chain costs is taking longer than expected, pressuring gross margin." As a result, he said the 133-year-old manufacturer of spices, seasoning mixes, flavorings, and condiments will be aggressively hiking prices to offset losses caused by supply chain inefficiencies in the coming months. After 2 years of persistent price oscillations, American consumers really do deserve some good news to start this summer on a good note. But many may agree that honesty is worth more than false hope. And while our leaders continue to deny the seriousness of the problems U.S. families are facing, we have a commitment to our audience to always bring the news no one else seems to be talking about. We hope to have helped you to have a better grasp of the challenges that are ahead,